brilliant thing about this is it means you don't need a mobile computer to do your application development. I know that we're not the best at giving our new mobile computers when they come out. In fact, the ones I'll show today are the first ones that have come to the UAE. So this Road Studio means you can sit and do your application development and testing on a PC and simulate it on any of our mobile computers, so that when we do get you a device, you can drop it on, 10 minutes later it's running. So that means you can do all that preparation and work with it. And then Road Connect is an element that means that those applications can work without connectivity. I met with a partner yesterday who were developing an application for delivery drivers, but they don't want to use 3G, they don't want the cost. So at the start of the day, they download all their delivery information, all the customer information, all the routing information, they download that, they get in the van, they go do the work. They want to capture signatures, they want to make sure that all the information that they want to collect can be collected through the day, they come back and it synchronises. Road Connect can help you do that. It means that the mobile computer can work completely offline and it can synchronise either at the beginning or the end of the day. But it also means that it can synchronise throughout the day. So if you are using 3G and all of a sudden the network drops out or dies for an hour, or you're in an area with no coverage, you can continue to work. As soon as the network comes back up again, the database in the background synchronises so that information gets back. So this is a sort of a database synchronisation tool element. So putting the three together really give you an easy set of tools to build customer applications. Just to give you some idea of how well this has been accepted, I think these are across the world. When we first launched it, we had 22,000 downloads. Much of these tools are free to download for you to start testing and developing with. It's not until you deploy them that there's some costs and licensing models that come into play. We've had 2 books written by people that aren't Motorola people about this solution, about these tools. So all of a sudden we're getting validation from third-party people that this is the right way forward. Adobe have announced that they're not going to do Flash Player anymore because they see HTML5 as a way forward. And all of these technologies are based on HTML5. So again, we see this industry validation. We had an app forum, it was in the UK this year for all of our EMEA application developers. We had about 200 people there. We were talking about developing applications, the challenges, the great ways to do this, and we were talking about relevance. And of those 200 developers, 2 people came up to me from 2 different companies, and they said that they'd invested in rewriting their applications. It took them time, and it cost them some money to do so. Obviously, you've got to put the resources behind it. But one of them was really excited. He said to me, I've had customers asking me about Android applications. They've been asking me about Apple, running on an Apple product. And I said to them, yeah, I could do that. It's going to take me 2 to 3 months to rewrite my application. How many devices are you looking for? Are you prepared to make a commitment? He said, but since I've redeveloped my application, it doesn't matter. If somebody wants to see my application running on an iPhone, I can drop it on there. I've already done the work. If they want it on a Galaxy Tab, I can do it for them. If they want it on a Motorola product, yes, it works. He says it's brilliant. He says all of a sudden, I can go to new opportunities, and when they say, when can I have it? Give me an hour, I'll get it running on the product for you. So that gave him a real competitive advantage when he talks to his customers. So my challenge to you is to start thinking about, is this something that might help you get more business in 2013 and 2014? We do have some software licensing around it. I'm not an expert on the model, so what I wanted to do is highlight to you that there are 2 versions of the software license. There's one version where if an end customer wants to develop the application, or the end customer wants to buy Row, then they can do that. An example I want to give is, it's about $90 if they want 10 devices. So that's quite expensive. There are obviously standard discounts that can be applied to it. We have a second model though that says if you want to buy Row and you want to embed it into your application so it's hidden, so the customer doesn't even see it, it drops to $30. It's a third of the price. And then there's discounts on top of that as well. So what I'm trying to say to you is actually, we can offer a model which for you to take this tool, you to write your applications in it and offer it onto the customers, can make some real significant savings and save you money in the long term. So my challenge is, and this is something that we even present within Motorola, our challenge is we need to start looking at some of these market situations that are going on, the operating systems, all the data that's available. We've got to look at how we change our business. How do we talk to our customers differently? How do we offer new products and new solutions to our customers? Because if we don't start looking around, then you run the risk of being like this car. You've been in the same place for so long that actually you don't realise that behind you there's trees growing up. You can try and drive off, you're going to rip your bumper off. So my challenge to you is, do we need to start thinking slightly differently? Do we need to start thinking about new ways of doing something? Or perhaps you're doing something that's fantastic and keep doing it. Don't stop doing something that's working. But do take 5 minutes to think about what we want to do differently in 2013. So, with that, let's talk a little bit about the products. I've probably overrun already. There we go. We've got a broad range of mobile computers. I think most of you are familiar with them. We break them down into 3 categories. We talk about line workers. Line workers are the kind of people that do the same job day after day after day. If you imagine somebody in a warehouse, they're unloading a van, they put it on the shelves, they then take it off the shelves and they put it back on the van. Line workers do a repeatable job, and typically our line worker products are the ones that are Wi-Fi only. Knowledge workers are people